So guys, preconditioning my battery for drag mode. Estimated time remaining 2 minutes. We're also going to heat up the tires a bit by doing some braking. I am in the Hyundai IONIQ 6N. It's an exciting car, it really is. It's electric and it's the most gimmicky car I've ever seen. That's not sort of a bad thing, but there are so many settings in this. It's unbelievable. Now I've already driven the IONIQ 5N, so the SUV crossover thingy, which I absolutely loved, and I thought it was introducing hope for petrol heads when it comes to EVs, because you know, with the fake gears and all the settings, I thought it was actually quite a fun car. So this is more of an evolution of that car, only now it's a sedan, which should also improve. Hi there! Which also should improve handling, driving, fun, stuff like that. It has been preconditioned, good timing on my part. We're in sort of everything sport mode. It's so much, guys, it really is. And we're going to stick it into well, we're not already going to stick it into manual mode. I just want to see what the performance is like, and then we're also going to use manual mode, because the launch control in manual mode is actually quite insane, I have to admit. Nice and quiet on the Autobahn, so I think we should be able to do top speed. 3.15, that should be a 3.2, so spot on. 11 seconds, quarter mile. It's fast. 650 horsepower with launch control, and there's the limiter at 257.5 kilometers an hour. Normally you have 609 horsepower if you don't use launch control, and apparently it's a little faster, maybe because of the preconditioning of the battery, but good numbers, really, that was good. It's a quick car, guys, it really is. Okay, I am going to walk you through all the modes because there's just so many. So we have end torque distribution, so we can vary completely the distribution of the power of the drivetrain, so we can make it fully rear-wheel drive like that. ESC is off. Then we have this button right here, and with that we engage manual mode, or at least gear mode, because there's also an automatic gear mode. But if I start using the pedals, it's just fully manual with a rev limiter. There it is. I know a lot of you are skeptical about this, but I think it's the best thing ever introduced with EVs, really. I freaking love it. It brings me so much more involvement and driving fun. It's really good. Really enjoy it that way. They've done a fantastic job there. There's so many settings. So we now also have a drift optimizer, so we can do the initiation, So how aggressive it is to go into a drift, angle, the amount of wheel spin during that angle. We want to set it to 10, of course we do. Angle 10, initiation 3 apparently. But it is a lot to take in. So you need a driver's license to operate this car, and sort of an IT license, I feel like. Oh, I like this. And I already spoke about this with the i5N. Let's do some revving. We can actually do revving, which is cool. So we even have a rev limiter in the interior lighting. Well, let's stick it into gear. It is limiting power, like in the first gear, I feel like, because it feels a bit sluggish down low. He dropped something. Oh, thank you. It's a few branches, which he's cleaning up. That's good. Cyclists for the win. So that does feel a bit weird. I don't know why, but when I put it into this drift mode, the steering also gets really light and weird. Not sure if it's because of the drift mode or because of the torque distribution, but it feels very different to what it was when I didn't activate all this stuff. But the gearbox, it is a 10 out of 10, really. It honestly feels like a very good gearbox. And it's highly entertaining. You get this little jolt, this little upshift jolt that is just perfect. Also downshift, like the little throttle input, that little oomph. It's absolutely perfect. It's their first attempt. Well, this is the second attempt because, you know, we've had the IONIQ 5. But these guys over at Hyundai, and they really know what they're doing, and I really, really like that. I'm just going to leave it into none. You know, what is up with that? It is limiting power all over the place. I have everything turned off. Just want to go sideways there, and it just won't let me. Not sure why that is. But you know, it's not what you buy this car for. It's because you like driving. This is an EV that you buy because you like driving. That's pretty weird to say, right? Honestly. Now, turning circle is massive, by the way. There's also stuff that is not so good about this car. Seating position. I'm up way too high, I feel like. Like, if you compare this to a Porsche Taycan, that's where they really have to gain. In that respect, it feels like an EV. Up too high. Feels a bit heavy. It's 2100 kilos. You do really notice the weight. I think the power steering is just weird at times because it starts out a little light, and then when you have some load on there, it gets sort of fakey, weird heavy. It's constantly beeping at me. Like, it's been 15 minutes since I got in the car, and it's reminded me to take a break for 3 times now. What is up with that? I'm getting fed up with all the warning systems. Now, you can deactivate them, but it's way too complicated, so you have to hit this star marky thing. and then you have to go to speed limit, turn that off. Then I don't know how to go back to that other menu, so I hit the star mark again, and I have to hit driver safety. There's 11 options that you have to turn off. Then you want to turn this off, it tells you to stop the vehicle, then try again. Oh my freaking god, really guys, come on, this has to be easy. It has to be one button and that's it. It's a driver's car. We don't want all this nonsense going on, and if you know it's mandatory, just make it super simple to turn off. Okay, there is a lot more. I'm barely scratching the surface here. So we have N mode, as I've just shown you. There's N track and battery. It is a lot, and it's actually way too much, I feel like. So going back to torque distribution, I've been like on a reconnaissance mission for an hour now. I still don't get it. It's like operating the Millennium Falcon, really. Hi Chris, listening to your podcast, and friends of course. There is N Custom 1 and N Custom 2, so two presets, like with BMW for instance, which is good. So there's also a limited slip differential on the rear axle. Here we can customize everything. ESC is off. I'm in rear wheel drive mode right now. We're going to leave the gearbox mode. I want to get into a slide, really. That was full whack. Like, we have 650 horsepower, 609 because we're not on launch control, and it's not really letting me do what I want to do. So 609 horsepower from a standstill, no ESC apparently, just flooring it. It should do massive smoke, right, on the rear axle. It's like you're launching your grandma's Panda. It's like this, and then it goes. What was that sound, by the way? It's interfering apparently down low. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because that should be a massive smoke screen and two big fat 11s or 111 on the tarmac, but it's not. So forget about the rear wheel drive mode. It's not exciting whatsoever. I feel like they're always gimmicky, the rear wheel drive modes. They're never like a true rear wheel drive car. Never. The only one that really does that is BMW with the M3. I feel like that does feel like a true rear wheel drive car, because that's the basis of that car. Okay, what else is there to tell? It's got Apple CarPlay. I just want to keep doing manual mode. Destroying the engine. 3.13. It's getting faster and faster, this. Even in that manual mode. Oh wow. So it's not affecting performance. You would expect that, right? Because you can feel a torque buildup in manual mode. So they've done something clever there. I think because on launch control you just get all the power all the time. It doesn't do that build up. But you know, if I would select fifth, mash it, yeah, you can really tell there's a build up, like with a combustion engine. This is an amazing car. I can keep driving this for hours, really, and on a really good, nice road, it would be. Look at how big that turning circle is. Cutting the grass is right there. It's immense. we have to look at it from the outside. It's not all good news, because the car is not the prettiest. Okay, that's what I meant. It's not the prettiest. It's sort of designed by a wind tunnel, I feel like. So Hyundai wanted to design this super sleek car that would do a lot of range. You know, the normal Ioniq 6 is just an economical car. They wanted it to be super efficient, aerodynamically efficient, and that's why it looks like this. Not the prettiest shape, I have to admit. Especially the rear is pretty weird looking. It's like it's melted, you know, it's sort of going down this line instead of just being nice and straight. And then they fixed this massive wing onto it, and it's not making it any better, I feel like. So I think this quarter rear is such a weird angle for this car. I do really like the front. They've done a lot of things to make it a Hyundai N, which I think is amazing. You know, 400mm discs on the front, good Pirelli P0 tires with a 275 section all round. So a lot of rubber. Do really like the front. So you have these small tiny headlights, which I do really like. You have this orange striping reminding you it's a Hyundai N. The seats, even though they're really high up, they are really good. They're manually adjustable, which I think is a bit of a shame. All the rest of the interior I feel like is really good. A lot of physical buttons, you know, heated and ventilated seats. Steering wheel is really nice, just a good shaped steering wheel, nice rim thickness. Screen's really nice. I like the graphics of it. Phone charger just right there where you can still operate your phone. You know, I think it's handy. Rear space, that's amazing. I'm 187. That's my seating position. Look at this. There's so much rear space. There's like a limousine. That's because of that, you know, long sort of speed tail shape. That's why you get that much space. Not sure how much bonnet space or boot space there is. Bonnet space, what is that? There's a button right there. Actually quite a lot. And we even have a strap race, so on the rear axle. That's really cool. Yeah, they've done a lot of clever stuff on this car. They went all the way. And I feel like it's the way to go for electric enthusiast cars. Hyundai, you're doing great things for the industry. Keep doing it. I applaud you doing it. I think it's one of the most exciting electric cars out there today. And then the price, I feel like, is pretty fair. So if I compare this to the recent Alpine models, like the A390 and stuff like that, I think 74,000 euros for this complete package, because it's only the color that adds it to 74,890. This is such a complete package for that price. I really, you know, if I would have to get an EV, it would be either the 5N or the 6N, but it would be a Hyundai. Good job, guys. Honestly, very good job. I'm really interested what you think of this, how you feel EVs should develop for enthusiasts, and hope to see you at the next one, guys. It was a bit different than usual, different camera also. Thank you for watching, hope to see you at the next one. Bye.